things. And just enjoy it for as long as I'm able to enjoy it there now, guys. You know, for a time that I'm here. And so I can only just hope and pray there, guys, that the next place that I get, I'm going to just for a few moments now load up, because this is the way I really, really much prefer it, guys. I like this nice soft look so much more. I just hope that the next place I move into, guys, I got everything to myself. Like I'm going to turn 60 now. Next June, this coming summer, I'm going to turn 60. I keep going on and on about that because it is a big milestone in my life, like anybody's life. I'm going to turn 60, and it's only contributing to my depression to think that I had to continue living the way that I'm having to live, you know, and around sorts of people that I'm forced to live around, sort of thing, you know. So the next place that I move into, it's got to be a place where I've got everything contained, everything to myself, not sharing anything with anybody, my own kitchen, my own washroom. I hope to God I'd have my own bedroom again, like a proper apartment and all the rest of it, sort of thing. And I just have everything the way I want it, guys. That is what I desperately need at this stage in my life now, sort of thing, you know. Not to keep having to live like this at this stage, guys. It's just it's too much. It's too much to be forced to have to live. You know, I mean, when I was a kid, when I was a young person, when I was a young adult, I'm going to turn this on again so you can see my freaking face. I thought that I figured I'd have my own home. Easily by the time I was up in my 50s and 60s, I'd have my own home, my own house, my own friggin', you know, not a room in a you know, like above a business or whatever sort of thing, you know, where I'm sharing the kitchen with someone else who couldn't care about the cleanliness and tidiness and all the rest of it, and don't feel free and, you know, feel inhibited and all this sort of stuff, and having to be worrying about homelessness because of the sale of the place, not knowing what the next owner is going to decide to do or whatever, hanging over my head every single freaking day of my life. So if this place isn't sold now by this coming February, it's going to be a full year. A full solid year that I will have had the possibility of homelessness hanging over my head, you know. So like I challenge anybody to have to go through that day in and day out, think about that and worry about that for a full 12 months non-stop, you know. So now we're coming into the winter season again, so all I can hope and pray here now, guys, is that everything just stays the way it is, you know, until the spring, and I don't have to worry about a big, huge upset in my life sometime throughout the winter, right in the winter months when it's going to be impossible to move around and all the rest. I moved in here in the middle of winter when I should have had not had to move at that time period. It was an absolute, total, complete nightmare, and I don't want to have to go through that again, guys, which is so completely fair and reasonable. Who would, like, why do I have to feel bad about grumbling about something that nobody in the right mind would want to go through if they could avoid going through it? So I mean, I'm not a piece of crap. I'm not a machine. I mean, it's like I'm a human being like anybody else. I feel, I hurt, I stress out, I worry about things, and I don't want to go through stuff that nobody wants to go through. So no, I don't want to be moving in the middle of winter. Of course I don't. No. I don't want to be moving into worse than what I've already got. No. And at the very friggin' least, I don't want to end up on the friggin' street. Who in the hell wants to end up on the street? You know, and everybody I talk to about this, guys, people at social services, people at Newfoundland Labrador housing, anybody's in any position to help people like myself out about this sort of stuff, and just the nonchalant, just lackadaisy, just I couldn't care less kind of attitude that I get from every single solitary soul. I mean, it's just people at social services now harping on me about getting my assistance reviewed and so on, that to see if I should stay on assistance or whatever sort of thing, you know, just stress me out more about that as well, you know. I mean, my good God, guys, so like they know the situation. I've explained the situation to them, sort of thing. Like, have a heart, Like, just have a heart, guys. Have a heart. That's all. Like these people, because they're not going through it themselves. They got their nice cushy freaking. See, this is one thing. One great thing about having this floor to myself, guys. I can do this sort of thing. I could never do this. There's no way I could do this now if that fellow was still in it, because you hear every single thing on the start off with, sort of thing, you know. But so it's just freedom to be able to make these kinds of videos and talk this way and so on that as well, which is a great added plus when I got the floor to myself. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's like, it's just total, complete heartlessness from everybody, that like they couldn't care less if I do end up on the street, like losing everything to my name, and end up on the street for somebody who doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do drugs, isn't that kind of person, never has been that kind of person, and should never end up in that situation.